Good morning, it's Christy and Jimbo here, Crimbo's Chronicles. We have made it to Indiana, camping in the Indiana Dunes State Park. Apparently there's a campground in both the state park and the national park in Indiana Dunes. But that's what we're here for, is the Indiana Dunes National Park. It is our 28th national park. We're here at the Visitor Center and we're gonna go in, make sure we hit all of the points of interest and see what else we can see. So let's get this day going. So part of the national park here is the Century of Progress Historic District. I find this really strange to be a national park, but 1933 Chicago World Fair. They made these houses that what they thought was going to be the future. I'm going to walk over to the beach here, see if I can see Chicago from here. They thought that these would be futuristic homes, and they are still looking pretty futuristic, but they are the weather's not good enough. Chicago's right there. You can see in good weather, you can see it. It's kind of a overcast, cloudy day. We just drove through some rain, but this is Lake Michigan we're looking at. So these homes, people live in them year round. Once a year you can tour the homes. I think it's probably a lottery system to get into touring them, but all of these homes were shipped over by a barge going across Lake Michigan, except for one of them. Well, I can see it in the foreground here that are coming up. The one was taken apart. I think it's a log cabin type home. It was taken apart and brought here by truck, but the rest of them were brought here by barge. So this one, look how modern it looks. 1933, this is what they thought futuristic homes would look like. Inside they had all the futuristic stuff too, like dishwashers and things like that. 1933 dishwashers were, I don't know, were they invented then? I don't know. It's another one that's across the street from the water. It looks like it's such a beautiful day, but it is literally drizzling on my head, but that's okay. So you can do 15-minute parking at each house, I guess. And this is the Armco Faro house. Produced and affordable. Yeah, I would not be thrilled. That one looks like it's still under construction there. I would not be thrilled with people just walking in front of my house and, like me, recording. But I'm going to turn this around and look at the pink house on this side. Look at that Pepto-Bismol colored house. I think they got a porthole window in there. Oh, a bunch of telescopes. I guess they like looking at the night sky. I'm sure that you could see all the stars here. This one, the House of Tomorrow, America's first glass house. Oh, and I guess the one across the street, this one is called the Florida Tropical House. Home, cruise, ship, and more. I call it the Pepto-Bismol house. Well, here's a sign that shows all of them. That was the first one. We didn't see the back side of it, of course. That's the Florida Tropical. The one that's under construction, the one next to it, that one is hidden back there. We didn't see that one. I'm gonna have to go find it. And then the Cypress log cabin, I'm gonna go, it's down this way. I'm gonna go and find it. It is the one that was moved piece by piece. It was taken apart and then put back together in this location, brought here by truck. This one's kind of hidden from the hill there. But that is the Cypress log home, the Wood Eternal. I wonder how futuristic that one is, though. But this is the century of progress, so who knows. But there is a beach access right here, sort of. Oh, what's that? Another home down there? It looks like people have walked down there, but are we allowed to walk down there? Yeah? Jimbo says, yeah. Why not? Did Jimbo just find glass? Lake Michigan sea glass. Oh yeah. Oh, they got cool couple of porthole windows in the back. I wish you could see Chicago. I can barely make it out. We'll go to a place where we can see it. You see that little building there? Oh, I just found a brown piece. Woohoo! So the park is divided into these three sections. That progress of homes that we just went to. They have a marshy area right behind there too. It's just basically just marsh. Birds. There's lots of birds here. So the other section is Mount Baldy. We're gonna check that out. It's basically a dune mountain. And there's the 3 Dune Challenge. That is 3 of the tallest dunes in the Indiana Dunes National Park. And it's a challenge to climb up them. It's like 1.5 miles of climbing up sand. Have you ever walked through beach sand? Just walking through thick sand, sugary sand, is not easy. And we all know how I do it, climbing things. So yeah, I'm not too keen on doing the 3 Dune Challenge, but we'll go and see it. Maybe Jimbo will do it. You gonna do it, babe?
Well, you can't see it unless you do it.
Oh.
It's a hike, you gotta do it.
Jimbo will do it. He'll bring the camera and he'll show you. You know, we just pulled into this parking lot to Mount Baldy, and I was like, oh, we're gonna have to look for it. Look at it, it's right there. It's huge. You can't climb it. You know, all these dunes, they change. They're forever changing. They're molded by the winds and the waves of Lake Michigan. So, yeah, you can't climb it. They've got to protect it. There is beach access. They say it's an hour hike up a dune and back up a dune. We're not going to do that. But there's Mount Baldy. I'm going to get closer. There's a baby crying, so forgive. Somebody is so very upset. That's Mount Baldy. I don't know what it looks like on the other side. There's only one way to find out. We're not going to find out, so there's Mount Baldy. I think we might go get our steps in with these, that long walk steps. I think there was like almost 300 steps or something. It looks like a lot more. We are going to dare the dunes. Diana of the Dunes. We're going to do it. It's just a 0.9 mile loop. Might have to kick my flops off again. Walking in the sand is not easy. Okay. So we stopped for a breath and turned around, and you can see Chicago so great from here. I can see it so great, you can't. It's so cool. Okay, why is it called Diana's Dune? Diana of the Dunes, born Alice Mabel Gray, shunned the 1900s conventional world, choosing instead to live in the remote coastal dunes of Indiana. Her free spirit and love for the region created a lasting impression in these sands. Diana's Dune is named in honor of Alice, who became known as Diana of the Dunes, a beloved folklore legend who lived in the region from 1915 to 1925. It's my heart now. So Indiana Dunes National Park has 50,000 acres of sand dunes, marshland, and a little bit of homestead, old homestead homes, but the dunes are the most impressive part about it all. And it is absolutely gorgeous here on Lake Michigan. Oh good, more steps. So much fun.
Water quality notice.
Oh. Bacteria levels may exceed Indiana's water quality standards, especially after a heavy rain. Why a drowning hazard? I don't know. It is a Great Lake, isn't it? It's a Great Lake. And we're on the Great Lakes road trip. Okay, so there are 50 miles of hiking trails in Indiana Dunes National Park. We have just showed you 1 mile. Come here and check out the other 49 miles for yourself. It's beautiful here. You should really come.